for requests. Okay, the reported speech part 1 is for the statement and questions. The last 2 classes you studied about it. Today we are going to study about the orders or commands and the requests. Okay. Reported speech. What is it? How do you use it? Okay. Here a boy tell I'm feeling ill. Okay, students. Reported speech, what is it and how do you use it? Already you learned it about I'm feeling ill. A boy tell I'm feeling ill. Okay. Where's Tom? He is Tom. You can see he is Tom. Someone ask, where's Tom? The another one say, he said he was feeling ill. Okay, this is the one you studied earlier in your previous classes. Okay, and here we use it when we want to tell another person about a conversation that happens before between two people. We want to tell it to another persons about the conversation. We can use the tense reported. Okay, we are reporting the statement about the conversation. That is the reported speech about a conversation that took place in the past. The conversation that happens in the past, now we are going to reporting it to the another person. So we use the reported speech for write the sentence. Okay. For an example, telephone call. Okay, telephone call which happened in the past. Again, we are reporting about the telephone call. We use the reported speech. And news or a story that someone told us. We earlier hear a news or story from someone. Then after some while, we report it to the another person or the news. We use the reported speech to tell that news or story. Okay, can you understand? This is the reported speech. And here we are going to see the orders and commands. Okay, look at the board. There are some of the examples. Sometimes people tell us to do something directly in this way. Sometimes they tell indirectly with another person. Sometimes they tell directly to us some of the rules or regulations. Here a person tell order or command directly. Example, the doctor tell the patient, get plenty of rest. Is it a command or order? Reported speech, the doctor told me to get. Here we put to. The doctor told me to get plenty of rest. Here we don't put the word that or the inverted commas or said. Here we put only the to. The doctor told me to get plenty of rest. Or the doctor said to get plenty of rest. What's the difference between these two sentences? Look at the sentences, read the sentences. What is the difference between the two sentences? In the first sentence, I use the word told. And the second sentence, I use the word said. The doctor told, here I put a pronoun, told me to get plenty of rest. And in the second sentence, the doctor, I use the word said. Okay, I directly put the word to. The doctor said to get plenty of rest. This is the command or order for the reported speech. Okay, again, sometimes people tell us to do directly this way. Here are some of the examples. And more example, the teacher Take a break. Now you are not going to take a break. This is for an example. Take a break. The teacher told us to, told us as a pronoun, told us to take a break. This is the report. People reporting this sentence to another one. The teacher told us to take a break. And the second example, look at the second example. John, call me later. John told me. Here also I use the pronoun. John told me to call him later. Sorry. Okay. John told me to call him later. And look at the third example. My mom don't stay up late. Okay, don't stay up late. Here I use said. Okay, my mom said not to stay up late because this is a negative sentence. My mom don't stay up late. While we are writing the negative sentence, we have to write not to. Here we only write to, and this sentence we can write not to because this is a negative sentence. Okay, look at the examples again. The teacher say or teacher told, take a break. The teacher told us to take a break. This is a positive sentence, the direct sentence. And John, call me later. Here also same. John told me to call him later. Okay. My mom, the me here are changed as the him. Okay. And the last one, my mom, this is a negative sentence. Don't stay up late. While we are writing the negative sentence, we have to put not to. Here we only put to, and here we have to put not to. My mom said not to stay up late. Okay. Do you want to write it in your exercise book? Do you want to note it? Okay, students. Oh, clear it. Okay, and this is the request. Earlier we saw about the commands or orders, and this is the request. There's a there are some kind of difference between the request and orders. Request should be in polite or little tone of the voice, and the commands is an order. We should you have to do it. The commands and request is a polite behavior. We have to ask a person while do something. We ask with a polite behavior. Okay. Okay. Someone asks us to do something, and we want to report this to another person. Ask us to do something as a request. Someone asks us to do something as a request. We want to report this another person. For an example, can you help me cook dinner? Here we can see the verb help. Can you help me cook dinner? Because it's a request. Can you help me cook dinner? My sister asked me to help. My sister asked me to help her cook dinner. Okay, me here transformed as her. My sister asked me to help her cook dinner. Okay. Notice we use the verb ask here. Yes. Here we use the verb ask. In our previous sentence, we used the word told or said, but in this sentence we use asked because it's a request. While we are request a person, we use some kind of word like that, asked. Okay, here we don't use the word told or said. Here are some of the more examples for requests. Teacher, can you turn off your cell phone? The teacher asked. Here also we use the word asked. The teacher asked me to turn off my cell phone. Okay. The teacher asked me to turn off my cell phone. And look at the next example. John, will you call me later? John asked me. Here also we use the word asked. John asked me to call him. To call him, me, him. To call him later. Okay? And the next example, my mom, can you come visit me soon? My mom asked me to come visit her soon. Here also me converted as her. My mom asked me to come visit her soon. Okay? These are some of the more examples of requests. Okay. Reporting requests. We use the reporting verbs. Already we saw a word ask. These are the words we are used to request a person. Beg, ask, demand, or request. Or here we in these sentences we don't write the said or told. We have to write these type of words: beg, ask, demand, or request. And also not to. The word please goes the person directly told us to please. While we are reporting the statement, we don't say the word please to another person. Okay? The first example, can you go out tonight, mom, please? This is the boy begged. This is a statement of a boy. But while we are reporting to it to the another person, we don't we don't use the word please. We have to omit it. The boy begged to go out that night. This is the sentence. The boy begged to go out that night. Okay. Now see the second example. Ravi, don't open the window, please, I said. Here also we had to omit the word please. Ravi, don't open the window, please, I said. I asked. Here I used ask. Here you can see the word said, but it's a request. We have to use the word asked. I asked, or I requested, or I begged. You can use these kind of words. I asked Ravi not to open the window. I asked Ravi not to open the window. Okay? Are you clear about it? Okay, now we are going to see the next example. Can you let me use your phone, please? I asked my neighbor. Can you let me use your phone, please? Here also we have to omit the word please. Okay? While we are writing the reporting a sentence in request, we don't want to use the letter said or told. We have to use the words like beg, ask, demand, request also. And I asked my neighbor to let me use her phone. Okay, can you let me use your phone, please? I asked my neighbor to let me use her phone. Okay, look at the next example. Can I use your phone? I asked my neighbor. Okay, I asked my neighbor if I could, because it's a question, can I use? If I could use her phone or to use her phone. These two sentences are correct. Okay, you can write, I asked my neighbor if I could use her phone, or I asked my neighbor to use her phone. You can write these two kinds of sentences. Okay? Please note it in your exercise book. I'll give you 1 minute. Please note it in your exercise book. Note these examples and the words. Are you writing it? Please not to write the questions. You can only write the answers. One minute more. Have you write it? Okay, students. Now let me check the answers. Check the answers and correct it in your exercise book. These are the answers for the questions. Check it. The first one is, Tom, could you open the window? The answer, Tom asked me to open the window. And the second one, the teacher, you haven't handed it in your homework yet. The teacher is a female, so the teacher said, I hadn't handed in my homework yet. Okay? The third one, my sister, send me pictures from your trip to Hawaii. My sister told me to send pictures from my trip to Hawaii. And the fourth one, Melissa, I have a new dog. Melissa said she had a new dog. And the last one, my neighbor, can you help me paint my house? My neighbor asked me to help him paint his house. Okay? Write the answers. Notate it in your exercise book, please. One is Tom asked me to open the window. And the second one, the teacher said I hadn't handed in my homework yet. The third one, my sister told me to send pictures from my trip to Hawaii. The fourth one, Melissa said she had a new dog. The last one, my neighbor asked me to help him paint his house. Have you all noted it in your exercise book? After that, we can do another activity also. Okay, this is your turn. Make reported commands from the sentences below. Do the activity, please. You have not to write the questions. You can only write the answers. First of all, read the questions well, find out your answers and write. Please write the answers. After that, we can discuss it. This is a practice for you. You can test yourselves. You can able or not. I'll give you 2 minutes. Read the questions well and write the answers. Write only the answers. Have you write it? Yes. Only you can 16 questions. First of all, try this. Try these questions and write the answers. After that, you will check the answers. Is it correct or not? You can mark it in your exercise book also. The sentences are right or not? The teacher said you can't leave the room. The answer is the teacher ordered us not to leave the room. The teacher ordered us not to leave the room. And the second one, Mom told me don't spend too much money on clothes. The answer, Mom warned me not to spend too much money on clothes. Here we can't use the told or said, instead that we use ordered, warned, such as the words. And the third one, I said to her, speak more slowly. The answer, I told her to speak more slowly. And the fourth one, the doctor said you mustn't eat any sweets. The doctor forbade me to eat any sweets. Forbade me to. Don't said, I won't tell anyone. Don't promised not to tell anyone. And the sixth one, Anna said, I won't help you. The answer, Anna refused to help me. You can see different kinds of word here: warned, forbade, promised, refused, because it's a negative sentence. So we can write the word refused. Okay, the seventh one, Jake said, you should see a doctor. Jake advised me to see a doctor. And the eighth one, I said to the teacher, please don't give us any homework. Yes, I begged the teacher not to give them any homework. Okay. The ninth one, told him, I will punish you if you don't behave. I threatened to punish him if he did not behave. Here we can use the word threatened. And the 10th one, he said it was you who broke the vase. He accused me of breaking the vase. And the next one, he told me, buy some food on your way back. He reminded me to buy some food on my way back. The next one, she said, I'm sorry, I lost the book you gave me. She apologized for losing the book I gave her. The next one, the guide said, stay away from the edge of the cliff. The guide told us to stay away from the edge of the cliff. And the next one, I said, let me carry your groceries. I offered to carry her groceries. Next one, my mother said, get out of my bed at once. My mother ordered me, sorry, here's a spelling mistake. Okay. My mother ordered me to get out of bed. The last one, Dad said, let's go to the park. Dad suggested going to the park. Okay, students, here you can see the different kinds of words. Suggested, ordered, offered, guide, told, apologized, reminded, accused, threatened, begged, advised, refused, promised, forbade, warned, ordered. These kinds of words we can use to report the commands or requests. Now you are very clear about the reported speech part 2, the commands, orders and requests. Okay, this is the end of our class. Okay, students, I'll meet you in next class. Goodbye. It's the time to leave. Goodbye, students.